Alrighty, this is the P3 perspective video for Mars in game 1 of the scrim, or no, the official against Clockwork Orange. Alright, starting items, Quelling Blade, 2 branches, a stick, 1 mango, 1 tango. A little light on the regen, but okay. I like the stick early against the PA. Oh, excuse me. Would have liked to have seen more regen. The branches are going into a magic wand instead of being eaten, which is good. And this is just the early push in where we try and get a kill. Didn't get it, but that's fine. Alright, so Mars starts heading back to his lane. Looks like he should get there just a little bit late, so you might only miss a couple hits. Probably shouldn't miss a full creep. Going for a bracer. Don't really like that, so your lane is pretty easy against PA and Phoenix. You should be aggroing and trying to get kills on them. I said that. What are you doing? Okay, I mean you do have shield crash first. Lion got to the lane really late, so now you're half health down, which is bad. But I think Lion walked through the mid lane or something weird. Alright, yeah, so you should be very aggro this game. So you should be going for early phase boots. You should be looking for double stuns with the Lion. Deny. What are you doing? Oh my god, there's a lot of missed everything here. I don't know what's going on. You should have denied that for free. Now you're trying to go back to deny that one. Okay, going for the early magic wand. So the thing about that is it's kind of unlikely for you to build up more than the 10 charges. And if you do, you can just eat the wand and then get the 10 charge regen and then start building up for the next one. There's no real reason to build up a full 20. But see, that was another freebie. You walked out of lane. So for some reason you saw the PA walking over here, and I guess you thought there was a chance to get a kill attempt. And so then you walk through the trees, and then PA baited you and juked back in and got the free CS. So now PA is at 8 and 0, you're at 4 and 0. So you have no denies yet. You should have had at least 2 denies I saw so far, and you're missing some CS because you're looking around a lot. You shouldn't worry too much about the Lion game right there. Alright, that's a deny. Good. Lion should tell you over voice if he's got a kill potential. Okay, early. Nope, not even close to getting those CS. Okay. So now Lion was super dead there. We talked about that on his replay. Bad decision to walk with him that close to the lane. He had the fairy fire. He could have stayed alive. He could have denied that creep. A lot of missing denies here. Okay. So you aggro back a lot. And in a bad matchup, or if you were CSing, that would be okay, but yeah, I know you're tempted to go help the Lion. Okay, bring it back. Yeah. Okay, you missed the range creep for nothing. So you escorting the Lion all the way back to the tower really does nothing. So you missed the range creep, the most important one for your XP here, just so that you could walk back here, and you don't have any way to save the Lion. The Lion's under his tower now. So the Lion has another Fairy Fire coming up. He's got a salve, all of his tangos. For some reason, all this time he's been taking damage. He hasn't eaten any tangos. That's a mistake. I didn't even comment on that on his video. But as soon as you start taking damage, you need to munch that first tango. You have very little kill potential here on the Phoenix. So you would have to spear Phoenix back into the tower. And that would require you to get it on the first half of the dive here. There's no way you're going to spear Phoenix back afterwards, because again, you're not going boots early. If you had gone boots early, and maybe you had it by now, because you didn't miss the CS, maybe, but still, even that's really low likelihood. So you should just be focusing on your wave here. You have no kill potential there, and if Lion dies again, then that's just it's just Lion feeding your lane. But you need to get back in that wave, yeah, because you're missing a lot for very little. Okay, so right there, you were completely uncontested, and you did that spazzy shit that I talked about last week. So if you're looking at a creep, and you're doing the attack animation, and you're hitting the S key, or whatever you've bound to stop to try and do the attack, then your character does that silly, epileptic seizure crap. And that's okay if you're doing it a couple times to try and get a last hit that's being contested. You weren't being contested, the PA wasn't there, the PA wasn't also spazzing out doing an epileptic dance to try and hit her creep or the same creep at the same time, so there's no reason for you to try to get it within 10 10 milliseconds of the right moment. What you want to do is you want to position around the wave where you can see the whole creep wave, you can move around, and get used to your hero's turn rate and your attack animation delay. Don't spaz out like that if you don't need to. Just get used to walking up, hitting the creep, and then walking back away. And then walking back up and hitting it and walk away. You don't need to spaz, because when you do that, you're standing in place. So if there are any creeps hitting you, you're just tanking the damage. The enemy heroes can move up closer to you because you're stationary. It's easier for them to hit all their skill shots. Phoenix can easily throw her fire spirits on you if you stand still to try and hit something. So you're making it harder for yourself, and you're not actually practicing getting used to the hero's turn rate and the attack range that he has and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like a lot of times you're out of your hero's attack range. Mars needs to be a little closer to the creeps than I think you think he needs to be, and so a lot of times you have to walk extra close, like another half step further than you thought you did, and it's making you miss some creeps. So I would focus on that a little bit more and try not to do the stop animation attack unless you're specifically contesting PA for a certain last hit, in which case you do have to time it perfectly to beat PA to get the hit, and then that's fine. And in that case, you really should be using one of your spells. There, you weren't even close. Okay, yeah. So you're not prepping the creeps. So there's a chart, and I talked about this for someone else last week. I don't remember who, but basically there's a chart online somewhere, and they've got basically it's 0, 1, and 2, and so that's the numbers, and it's based on your attack damage. So if you have I think, like, was it? I'm just going to throw out random numbers because this is not right. Let's say it's 50, and then it's 50 to 70, and then this is 70 plus. So, and that's of course fucking backwards because it would be lower numbers the other way. But either way, based on what attack damage you have right now. So like right now you look at your character, you have 62. So you can see right here, 62 damage. It's right there on your panel. You don't have to go anywhere to see it here. There it is, 62 right there. So based on 62, you know that if the creeps aren't attacking each other and your creeps just run under tower and your tower hits it, oh, excuse me, for you to be able to last hit the creep in between tower attacks, you have to prep it either 0, 1, or 2 times. So 0 times means you just sit there, you watch the tower hit, you watch the tower hit, you watch the tower hit, and then you hit, and then you get the last hit. 1 time means you have to watch the tower hit, attack the creep as well, let the tower hit again, and then you throw in another attack, because you have to basically take half of a tower attack's health from the creep in order to make sure that you get the last hit. And then there are some heroes that have so low base damage that they actually have to prep twice. And so if the tower is hitting them, then they have to hit the creep 2 times in order to make sure that they get the last hit. Because right there, you're sitting there watching the tower steal last hits from you because you haven't prepped the creep. And by prepping the creep, hitting it 1 time earlier on in the, probably several seconds before the tower starts targeting it, then you would have given yourself a chance to get that creep without the tower sort of, wiping it out in between your attacks. Alright, that's enough of that. Okay, yeah, you keep doing that animation cancel and it's costing you last hits. You're using the animation cancel in the hopes that you can time your attacks in between it, but the problem is you just don't have enough damage. Okay, good shield bash into a deny. That was perfect. That's really what you should be doing. Spear, nice. So that was really good. That last couple seconds was excellent. You bashed the PA, knocked her back, she couldn't get the last hit, and you denied it on her. And that's those are good hits. You should back up now. Back up, back up, back up. Way too far, you're missing. Okay, so for the last like 5 seconds, that was a little bit of a waste. The 10 seconds before that, where you guys got 2 stuns, and then you threw her into the tree, and then you guys got a whole bunch of last hits, or right clicks, and then she took her down to half health, that's great. Now PA is running all the way back to her tower and doing nothing. You don't need to dive. You definitely don't want to take any tower hits. The Phoenix is probably coming back because you've been beating up on her for like 10 seconds now, so PA's probably screaming over voice on mic. You don't have any other kill threat either because your spells are all off cooldown, or on cooldown. Lion is out of range. You spear into the tower. You can't get a kill there because you don't want to dive into the tower at level 3. Lion's out of range, so he's not going to be able to spear him stationary because Lion, unfortunately, stood still while he was right-clicking instead of walking up. I should have mentioned that on his video. He could have walked up and then been in range for the second stun. But at this point, you're missing CS now, so you need to go back to the wave. You can CS this creep here, you can deny this creep and go back and You know, there were probably some other CS going on that you were missing because you were trading that for PA's health, and that's fine. But you're going too far at this point. Yeah, that last little bit of wasted mana, you could have saved that for the next one. Courier hit, that's unfortunate. Okay, stun, deny that range creep. Okay. Yeah, so they still got the range creep because you went for one more hit on the PA. And in this case, the one hit on the PA is not worth the range creep. So one range creep is worth more than one right click. Okay, so you're not prepping these to deny them at all. That was a wasted shield bash. So you don't want to shield bash like that for no reason. So PA wasn't actually going to kill you there. There was no way that she was actually going to drop you down to 0 health. You're not securing any last hits with that bash, and you're not getting 2 heroes. If Phoenix was there and you bashed both of them, then you're doubling the damage, so you're getting, whatever, 100 damage per hero. That's good stuff. That would have been fine. But just solo bashing one hero like that to not get a CS or a deny for no reason isn't great because you're running with very limited mana as is. You're going with Bracer, not good for your mana regen, so you're not... I can't remember if you... I thought you did go Yule's, so you probably go Yule's late. But, you know, you have one mango and your stick charges, but you're going to be mana hungry probably the whole game. And you want to have both spells ready so that if Lion comes in and does get a good stun initiation, then you can spear and bash and secure the kill instead of, you know, wishing that you hadn't wasted the bash 15 seconds earlier when it had taken all your mana out. Okay, a lot of that attack canceling crap that you're not even coming close to. Yeah, right there. Like you attack cancel 2 times too many. Right there. Yep. See, I think you're not as confident in your attack damage as you should be. You got the Quelling Blade on top of this. That's 77. That's a lot of damage. So you're waiting till the health bar gets too little, too small. There you go. Good deny. All right, that was a good cancel. Good. Okay, see, so now your name is sort of messing up the attack cancel. You're going to miss this range creep if you walk away from it. Good job. All right, going back. Good stuff. Yeah, Lion went with you to secure it, which is good. Deny. Bring that back. Good job not prepping it early. Give the creeps more time to stay in lane. And this is perfect. Fantastic equilibrium. Lion is fucking you over. I already talked about that on his replay video. Deny. Okay, a little early on that one. Good there. Not much is going on. Looking for people. Looking for people. Yeah, that's not a kill there. Okay. Yeah, so you walking out a lane like that is costly. So you're missing out on 2 potential denies and 1 potential last click, or right click. Last hit. Oh, don't prep that one early. Okay. So you nuked it, which is good. You didn't get the deny. So it was just an okay. Good stun. Good spear. Recognizing that he's in there. See, now the problem is what I just talked about. You used your God's Rebuke there to knock the PA back and get a last hit that you should have just been able to right click. Phoenix made a mistake, walked up to you, you recognized that Phoenix fucked up, you speared him into the tree, and then because Phoenix got the fire burn on you, you couldn't hit him again. Phoenix is running with what? 150 health now, so he's probably at like 100 when you had him pinned to the tree for a second. Maybe a little bit less, or more than that, probably like 120. If the Lion connected his stun there, Lion is close enough, he should have had it. Oh, that's right, I was talking to the Lion about ground targeting versus unit targeting. Then the 2 of you guys should have been able to secure that kill, but because you don't have your shield bash, you know, you lost out on a lot of extra damage on the Phoenix, which would have been much more valuable than the little bit of harass damage on the PA. Right click that. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so those were bad ones. Good deny. Good deny. There you go. Good bash to secure. Stay with that range creep though. No, you could have denied that. PA hit it right after the catapult did, which was your moment. You should have hit it right after the catapult. Yeah, drag those back. Drag them off the catapult and bring them all the way back. Okay, or deny the catapult. Either one's fine. Hit the PA while she's doing that. Don't try to... Okay, that's fine too. So being able to last hit a catapult is much more difficult than the regular creeps, and you should just be trying to harass the PA while she gets greedy going for the catapult at that point. Not a good use, and okay, you missed it. So, not really thrilled about that use of the wand there. Not really sure why you do that. Right, you're gonna have to hit these a little faster. So because this wave is showing up early, and you want to keep this out, so you're about to make a big mistake here. So the next wave is coming up. This is a catapult wave, so it's going to do damage to your tower. Your wave is still way back here by your tier 2, so you need to actually start hitting these guys a little faster, or you're going to have to loop these guys out and around. I'm not sure if you're going to do that, but otherwise your catapult's going to start hitting your tower. And sometimes the catapult ignores the hero, just hits the tower anyway, so this could be really bad. Yep, not good. Catapult's hitting your tower for free. Hit that one. That one. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Good. Lion can deny that one. One of you guys needs to deny that. Okay, late, but deny that creep. Deny what are you doing? Oh, that is the world's freest deny right there. So this little creep right here walked past you for like 10 seconds. This guy right here. This guy was one hit away from being denied like for a long time. Look at this guy. Oh man, and you just gave this to PA for free. So yeah, okay, you missed the catapult, whatever. Now you need to turn around, you need to hit this little creep. You come up right here. This guy, this wouldn't have taken any of your time, and you are walking away from the lane for some reason. And I think it's because your courier is about to deliver something or whatever, and that's fine. You're about to get the blades of attack, but that is absolutely not worth you getting that 1 second faster and missing this creep right here. That's a huge mistake. Your only job is to shut down PA's farm, and you just gave PA like the freest CS that she should have never had. Okay, bad right clicks. These are not good. Lion isn't in range to get the stun, so you might as well just keep farming. And the thing is, when you chase PA out of the lane, even if PA doesn't see the Lion, something's wrong. That tells the PA immediately, why is the Mars running past all the farm up here to fight me back here when there's free farm right here that he's missing? And if Mars is willing to lose 2 last hits like you just did by running past the whole wave, then she thinks, oh, Lion's probably in the trees about to fucking stun me and I'm about to go 1v2, so maybe I should back out. And so you basically scared the PA off from a good kill attempt. Whereas if you had just sat in the wave and just been as passive as you've been for the last 30 seconds, just focused on your last hitting, not done anything, let Lion loop around her, then if for some reason PA didn't know Lion was there because they don't have vision, then Lion would have been in range for the stun. It's stun, hex, spear into the tree, bash, and then PA's dead. But if you ever run at the carry immediately knows, oh, okay, something's wrong. He is not strong enough to run at me right now, and so he shouldn't be. Too many spazzes. Stop doing that. If you need to spaz like 2 or 3 times, that's fine. If you can spaz like 6 or 7 times, then you're standing still for too long. See, that's good. You walk back and forth, and then you hit it. And even if you have to spaz out 1 or 2 times, that's fine. But you shouldn't be like standing there for a full second. Okay. That's the other one. That's fine. Yeah, you're not going to get any of these. That range creep is going to miss, right? You're going to lose this one unless PA is completely oblivious. Nice. That's funny. Okay, so now in this case, when you're ahead, and when I say ahead, when you are stronger in the lane and you have more kill potential on PA, which you absolutely do, you've got Lion reasonably close, Lion's like right about here, maybe kind of below the scoreboard thing, you want to be just a little bit further forward. So let's say this is the line of creeps. You've been sort of playing in this back box the entire lane, and that's okay if you're just even, or if you think that you might take too much harass and you don't want to play aggressive. What you want to do from now on is you always want to play on the opposite side of the lane line. So that way, you're still over there, you're still able to turn around, and from this position, you can still last hit this creep. That's not a problem. You just turn around and you smack them. And then you can also deny these other creeps. The only thing you can't really reach is your own range creep, but you can also secure the enemy range creep. But if you're up here, that means PA doesn't feel comfortable coming into this area. If you're on this side, PA can take this spot from you, and then you and PA are just glaring at each other angrily across the line of creeps. It's like you guys and your little battlefield of troops. But if you invade past, and you're the guy that's over here, and you take this spot, that means PA has to stay way back here. Now she has to basically try and throw daggers constantly for last hits and hopefully stay just within XP range of like the XP bubble, which is maybe this big. But what it also does is if PA does try and run past you, let's say you're here and PA is like, oh shit, this creep's coming, and if PA does something stupid and tries to run past you, then you now have the chance to spear her back, use your shield crash, Lion comes up, he stuns, he hexes, and that's a dead PA. but you're playing more aggressive. It makes the Phoenix think, oh shit, I have to come back to lane because my PA can't handle it by himself. So then Lion's job gets a lot easier, and the whole lane just goes better. So when you're stronger, and as a Mars playing against a PA, you should be much, 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 much stronger. So like from level 2 onwards, you have kill potential on the PA. Once you guys hit level 2, you should be making Jotham think, oh man, if I misstep like 1 foot to the wrong side, I'm probably going to get killed here. And that's the way you want to play. Right now, Jotham is probably thinking, I can just, hang out, free farm a little bit, and I don't have to worry about anything because I'm playing on my side and nothing's happening, and I can still get my creeps when I want to. Whereas you want to play on his side, so he has to think, well, shit, I'm not getting my creeps. I either have to go jungle now, which is too early, or I have to play a little bit more aggressive as well, and I'm going to lose that trade because Mars is better at playing aggressive at level 5. All right. Deny? You missed a free deny too. You got to work on these. Actually, I'm gonna have everybody practice last hitting because we had some very unimpressive last hitting performances here, and me included. I'm not excluded from that, but we've been missing a lot of freebies. Okay, stun. Yep. Okay, so I think you used shield crash first because the Lion had used his lines, the Earth Spike, and you thought that you had enough time to get both, and that's okay. If you do actually have time to get both, that's fine. But I would just caution you against throwing them in that order, because if you had just walked up, speared him, and then stunned, you would have still gotten the kill, and there was no chance that Phoenix would have gotten away. You would have used both spells, it would have cost you the same amount of mana, but by doing it in the other order, you would have guaranteed the kill. Whereas with the God's Rebuke, if you are just a little too late and you don't throw that spear as fast as you think you can throw it after using the first spell, then Phoenix has a chance to dive away. So I would have flipped the order on those spells. It does the same amount of damage, you would have cost the same amount of mana, you didn't save it or whatever, but if for some reason you make the mistake of mistiming it for whatever reason, maybe Phoenix has a status resist item you didn't notice or something, it happens, you would have still gotten the kill because you would have stacked your stun on top of Lion's stun, and there would have been no chance for the Phoenix to dive away. It would have been really embarrassing if Phoenix dove away from you right there, and then you throw the spear late and it just whiffs. Alright, so you got your phase boots finished and coming out on the courier. Got the Yules queued up. That's good stuff. See, the problem with not putting it in the quick buy is you don't have the option to purchase parts of this earlier. And so you don't always have to complete one item before you buy pieces of the next one. And that is mostly important in the very beginning of the game where all the items are cheap, but some items work together better. So with this lane, the way this is going, chainmail does almost nothing for you. And I'm not saying you bought the chainmail early because it's coming out last, but chainmail isn't really all that helpful other than, combining into phase boots. But if you just had like the extra chainmail, it's not a big deal because PA is not wasting her daggers on you. They're not trying to kill you. PA is saving her mana and her daggers just to secure last hits, which is correct. That's the way you should play it because PA is at a disadvantage in this lane. Phoenix is throwing the fire spirits every now and then, and that's about it. Phoenix is not trying to right-click you. So you don't need 5 more armor on top of your 4 armor. Oh, excuse me. You're going to go from 4.6 armor to 9.6 armor. And the thing is, with your big tanky full health Mars with a bracer and a wand, you don't need any more health and you don't need any more armor because you're on the offensive. You're not being defensive in any way. There's no threat of, PA and Phoenix are going to turn and kill me. Maybe the mid player rotates, but then it's Storm Spirit, and Storm Spirit's magic damage isn't going to worry about your armor either. So if you had skipped that, let's say theoretically you had an empty slot, say you eat your mango and you have an empty slot in your inventory, it would have been much better for you to actually buy the Windlace first and then have another 20 movement speed and 5 less armor. Yeah, you wouldn't have the bonus of the phase boots, but okay, let's say you didn't have the Blades of Attack either. You couldn't afford Blades of Attack. By buying the cheap Windlace first, you could have had this at like 3 minutes, maybe 2.5 to 3 minutes. And that extra 20 movement speed is huge because you can outplay the PA by running past her and then spearing her back if for some reason PA ever makes a dumb mistake of blinking forward to a creep, which I'm pretty sure I saw her do a couple times. So if the PA blinks into the wave to try and secure a creep, you can then spear her back by running around her where you couldn't have done that if you had waited 500 gold for boots or 1,000 gold for the phase boots or whatever, you could have done that with the 250 windlace. But the problem is you can't buy the 250 windlace if you don't even have it in your quick buy. So stack multiple things. You get 2 rows here. So it's not a single row here. It looks like it right now, but if you add a second thing right now, this user interface would actually expand, and so this would be 1 row taller. You would have 2 lines of items here, and then you could select from any of those as you go. And it also gives you another cheap item, so let's say you do get dove and you're about to die. If you only have the 250 gold, you can't buy out anything from your phase boots because those are all much more expensive components. Whereas, you could afford the 250 item, buy that out, and then your kill bounty is worth less. So, long story short, add more than 1 item to your quick buy. And buy the cheap, high value items first, like a windlace. Alrighty, so with that gank, I don't think too much happens here, and I'm going to say laning is probably over. Yep, PA's not doing much, you're free farming, so that's laning phase for you.